Ladies and gentlemen, hello. My name is Nick Pascoe. I'm a senior partner at Blevins Franks, based here in our London office in the UK. The UK budget 2024, as expected, included various tax rises, though income tax rates remain unchanged. The government's stated aims of the budget are to strengthen the foundations of the economy and deliver change by protecting working people, fixing the NHS and rebuilding Britain. As part of this, it included £40 billion of tax rises. This 2024 budget has introduced some significant changes, many of which will impact British expatriates as well as UK taxpayers. Triple lock has been maintained. The state pension triple lock will remain in place, with pensions increasing by 4.1% in 25-26. This benefits over 12 million pensioners. Inheritance tax on pension funds. From the 6th of April 2027, most unused pension funds will be counted as part of an individual's estate for inheritance tax purposes. Pension administrators now have a new role. They will be responsible for reporting and paying any inheritance tax due to HMRC. Overseas transfer charge changes. The 25% overseas transfer charge will be extended from the 30th of October 24, removing exclusions for the European Economic Area and Gibraltar transfers unless specific conditions are met. Implications for retirees. Many retirees aiming to transfer pensions to CUROPS in the EEA or Gibraltar will face new challenges, as only residents of Malta and Gibraltar using CUROPS in the same country in which they are resident are excluded. Threshold freeze extended. The current inheritance tax thresholds, which were frozen until April 28, will now remain frozen until April 2030. Reforms to property relief. From 6th of April 26, agricultural property relief and business property relief will be restricted, with 100% relief only applying to the first 1 million of combined property. Reduced relief beyond 1 million. After the first 1 million, the relief weight will drop to 50%. Reducing the effective IHT rate from 40% to 20%. Changes to business property relief for shares. The relief rate will decrease from 100% to 50% for shares not listed on recognised stock exchanges, e.g. AIM, but this does not apply to unlisted private companies. Trustee allowance adjustment. Trustees will have a £1 million combined allowance for qualifying property at 100% relief, affecting 10-year anniversary and exit charges. Residence-based tax system. The UK is moving away from a domicile-based tax system to a residence-based one, impacting both income tax and inheritance tax. New tax relief for new arrivals. Starting from the 6th of April 25, new UK residents will get 100% tax relief on foreign income and gains for their first 4 years, provided they've not been a UK tax resident for 10 consecutive years prior. To benefit from the relief, it will be necessary for a taxpayer to proactively claim it. Changes to trust taxation. Settler-interested trusts will lose their protection from UK tax on foreign income and gains if the settler is a UK resident. Inheritance tax rules overhaul. Non-UK assets will be more widely subject to UK inheritance tax under a new residence-based system. Long-term residents are defined as those present in the UK for at least 10 of the last 20 tax years. On leaving the UK, you will remain liable to UK inheritance tax on worldwide assets for up to 10 years. Exit charges for trusts. If a settler leaves the UK and ceases to meet the long-term residence test, non-UK property within trusts may become excluded and face exit charges at the time the trust stops being a relevant property trust. Increased capital gains tax rates for non-real estate assets. From 30th of October 24, CGT rates will rise from 10 and 20% to 18 and 24%. Higher CGT for personal representatives and trustees. The CGT rate for these groups will increase from 20 to 24% for disposals after the 30th of October 24. Changes to business asset disposal and investors' relief rates. The CGT rate for qualifying assets will gradually increase from 10 to 14%, that's from April 25, and then to 18% from April 26. Real estate CGT rates unchanged. CGT rates for real estate remain at 18% and 24%. Reduced lifetime limit for investors' relief. The lifetime gains limit for investors' relief will drop from 10 million to 1 million starting 30th of October 24. End of threshold freezes. From 6th of April 28, the freeze on income tax and national insurance contribution thresholds will end with future adjustments tied to inflation. Employer NI contribution rate increase. The rate of employer NI contributions will rise from 13.8% to 15%. Lower secondary threshold. From 6th of April 25, the per employee threshold for employer NI contributions will decrease to £5,000, making businesses liable for NI contributions sooner. Impact on businesses. The increase in NI contributions and reduction in the secondary threshold will raise costs for employers. Long-term impact on taxpayers. Uprating tax thresholds with inflation starting in 2028 may provide gradual relief compared to the current freeze. Higher surcharge for additional properties. The SDLT, Stamp Duty Land Tax surcharge, on additional residential property purchases by individuals and companies will increase from 3 to 5 percentage points above standard rates. Increased SDLT for high-value property purchases by companies. Companies and non-natural persons buying residential properties over £500,000 will see their SDLT rate increase from 15% to 17%. Aim of the changes. These measures are likely intended to generate more revenue and discourage speculative or investment property purchases. Impact on investors and companies. Property investors and companies will face significantly higher costs when purchasing additional or high-value residential properties. Standard residential rates unchanged. The standard rates of SDLT for primary residential property purchases remain the same. Blevins Franks' team of experienced in-house specialists enable us to provide integrated tax, wealth management, pension and estate planning services under one roof. Contact us today to arrange a personal consultation.